Hey!
Everybody, and welcome back to Elden Ring. They added a little voice clip to that gesture, which is going to make it weirder to use as an intro to this game, but that's okay. Last time, we got our foot in the door, or rather our foot out the door, in Limgrave, the first region of the Lands Between. Well, I don't know if it was here first, but it's where we ended up exploring first. We're going around a little bit, but never really left this area of the map right here. This time, we're gonna leave this area of the map right here, and go which direction? I'm not completely sure. I'm thinking I'm gonna cross this bridge and go down and explore these parts, including this lake. And then we might swing our way back up this way where we don't have a map for. Because where this leads is ultimately leading up to where the Guidance of Grace is showing you where to go, and as I've already said, following the Guidance of Grace at this point in the game is kind of a mistake. Hey, those bats are out. Usually they're nighttime creatures. I think first things first, though, there is something I would like to take care of in the immediate vicinity. Ah yes, we also unlocked Torrent, because a nice lady named Melina came and not only allowed us to level up, but gave us the whistle to summon Torrent, and my god, is it amazing. Yes, so as you can see, there's this guy, this soldier of Godric, just chilling by himself, and boom, boom, and then he wasn't chilling by himself. Instead, he was chilling in the grave with everyone else that I killed, every other of his friends. This little torch here is indicating the entrance to a cave. What is this, Minecraft? I mean, they do have glowstone in the game, so... Caves are another version of the mini-dungeons, basically the Elden Ring shrines, as I've called them, like the shrines for Breath of the Wild. We explored a catacomb last time, but here is a cave. These are a lot more, like, natural-focused. I think I might rather have a sword going through here, and I'd rather equip a torch, so let's do that. I think the biggest differences with caves, aside from environments, from catacombs, is they're like, they don't have the lever to open the door to the boss. You just have to go through them and find the door to the boss. And they also tend to have a different selection of enemies. They also have cave moss, which catacombs do not. They don't have any gloveworts either. This cave has wolves. These wolves are the same wolves that you can fight in Dark Souls 3 in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. But for some reason, they feel worse to fight here, at least in my opinion. I'm not quite sure why that is. But you have the same whole, like, you know, weaker gray wolves and then the alpha white-furred wolf. Alright, excuse me, I am not playing my best against them. Yeah, for some reason, they just don't feel like as smart as the wolves in Dark Souls 3. I don't know if that's the environment or just small tweaks to the AI. He's in the darkness. I'm gonna run over there and jump attack you. There we go. They're dropping thin beast bones. They are not a thick beast. Thick beast parle, I don't know. What is this? Cracked pot. Interesting. This here is a container required for crafting cracked pot items, but for some reason it's put into key items and not crafting materials, even though it's a crafting material. Essential vessel for crafting cracked pot items. The materials and magic sealed within deploy their effects when the pot is thrown. This empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Alright. Let me take a look at item crafting. Like, yeah, we can make fire pots. So it needs a cracked pot, which I have, but it's not listed under required items. This whole thing confuses me, and what confuses me even more is the game pulls up a big old tutorial window for cracked pots, where they call them containers. Containers are items you need to craft stuff. Then make it a crafting material. If that's its only purpose, put it under the crafting materials section. Why put it in key item? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. So if you... Hold on, I'm about to die. So if you can't tell, the item crafting system is basically a way for you to replenish consumable items. Where in the past games, you would either have to buy them from merchant or just farm them from something. Now you can actually collect these materials and craft a bunch of them yourself. Of course, you'll need to find various cookbooks to craft certain items. I hope to show the location of every single cookbook in the game. I've collected most of them in my main file, but I might have to go back and grab some that I missed. Eventually, I'll look up where they all are, and then I'll show where they all are, if I haven't gotten them all by then. And that's the cave. Yep, just one room full of wolves, and you're already at the boss door. But I think what's behind the boss door might be, worthy enough of that being the whole length of the cave, as it is the Beastman of Faramazula. It's a wolf walking on 2 legs and wielding a big old sword thing. This thing's quite nuts. I don't know if I'd recommend fighting as your first boss, but it could be a pretty suitable first boss encounter. Then again, like, the Erdtree Burial Watchdog is similar in that, you know, it's hard, but it could be a first boss. I don't know. Might be the easier one to access. Oops, sorry, I gotta turn off a phone alarm that's going off while I'm fighting a Dark Souls boss. Thanks, world. I'm about to die. Yeah, I don't have a lot of Estus Flask left, and you've still got a lot of health. Let me see if the sword could work any better. He's also got a lot of attacks, as you can see. Get used to that with Elden Ring. Elden Ring enemies tend to attack a lot of times in a row. And they also really, really like delayed attacks. So you're gonna need to focus on like the timings of when the attacks come out and when to dodge them more than ever. Oh, okay. I think the idea is you're supposed to find little windows in between their attacks so you can get in your own. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to die, but it looks like we're living through this one. There we go. Beastman of Faramazula is down. I could be mispronouncing that. A reward. Flame Drake Talisman. I believe that is our first talisman. Let's take a look at that. Talismans are equipped right here, and they provide a special effect. In this case, boosts fire damage negation. Boosts it from 27 up from 16. I like how you can go over these empty slots even though there's absolutely nothing there. We may as well put this on. We only have 1 talisman slot and, well, yeah, nothing else to use it on. I think it's about time that I get into a certain game mechanic that I should not go on too much longer without mentioning. Equipment load. As you can see over there, I got 23.4 out of 49.8. The items you equip in this menu, including weapons on both these slots, talismans, and most notably armor, thankfully quick items are not included, will add a certain amount of weight to your equip load. You can see this adds 8.8. At any point in this game, you will be at one of 4 states. Light load, medium load, heavy load, or over-encumbered. Over-encumbered is rare because it only happens if you exceed your maximum equip load. We started at a light load, and that meant that our dodges were a bit faster, and I think we can also jump a bit farther? That's about it. I'm currently on a medium load right now, where the dodges are slower by a little bit, and I also don't think they go as far. It's mostly the same, and it's not a big disadvantage, though light load is still good to have for some things. What you really want to avoid is heavy load. That slows down your dodges by a ton. What I kind of don't understand about this mechanic... I'm gonna go back in and rest at this grace so I can have that health refilled. Oh yeah, right, Melina wanted to talk to us. I totally forgot about that. I'm gonna head back to the church real quick. But what I kind of don't understand about this mechanic is that it applies to all weapons that you equip up here, even though the whole point of having 3 slots is so that you can switch between them easily like this. But if you put a bunch of weapons there to switch between easily, then you're just overfilling your weight. It feels kind of counterintuitive to me. I don't know why they would design it that way, but they put it in like 6 games now, so I guess they're confident that it's the right choice. It just feels weird to me that, like, look, you can put all your weapons in these different slots and switch between them easily. But if you do that, you're overweight. Right, okay, Melina only wants to talk at this grace. The cave was not a nice place to talk. We gotta talk here.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Erdtree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
I'd say they more guide me to my burden, but, that's neither here nor there.
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring.
I'll have to see about that. I believe now that there's no more Dot, she doesn't have anything more to say. Yeah, okay. Oh, why did they add the delay to skipping the dialogue? Damn it, the skipping the dialogue was nowhere near that slow in the previous games, and I really liked how fast it was. I got a load of runes, so I think I'm gonna buy some stuff. How about this note? And then how about some gloves, so I don't have to go out in the cold. If it gets cold around there. It looks like it would get kinda cold at night.
Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
About that, I won't get into it right now, but yeah, about not wanting to harm the merchants, there is a little something you get out of doing it. We'll talk about that later. For now, I'm gonna put on the spyglass right there in the patch so I can easily use it whenever I want. Now, let's go to where I want to go, which is away from here. I've spent way too much time here near this church. Let's go out and see the world. Oh, hello. I think this is a new material. Yes, herba. Oh my god. Yeah, this fall is going to kill me. The fall damage in this game can feel extremely weird, and the reason why Torrent, oh my god, he loves to do that when you're at an edge. The reason why is because they have basically taken the same fall damage system from the previous Souls games, but increased the limits on like when you first start taking fall damage. But they did not change the limits for like when you fall this far, you instantly die. Basically, the way it worked in previous games is if you fell 20 meters, you're dead. And that is the same in this game. But in those games, if it was like, if you fell 4 meters, you'd start taking fall damage. In this game, it's more like if you fall like 15 meters, you start taking fall damage. Which means that there is not a whole big gap between when you start taking fall damage and when you instantly die. Ah yes, this thing right here. This scarab here is not the same one as the ones with the flask. Okay. We got soldiers. I swung in the wrong direction. Combat master me. Go. Ah, God. Pop off or something. All right. Bip, 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 and bip, boop. Nice. Let's get back on the horse and cross this bridge real quick, because there was a really spooky guy here at nighttime before, and I do not want to fight that spooky guy. You were not the spooky guy. There was an even spookier guy. Yes, an even spookier guy than you. I know, it really hurts your ego, but you don't need to take it out on me, alright? Okay, safely across the bridge. There's actually not a site of grace immediately, like there usually is. I mean, there isn't usually, but still, you know. I've expected sites of grace to be fairly common up until now. Here we have some wandering nobles. The wandering nobles with the torches are probably the only dangerous ones, as those torches can stack up a lot of damage at once if they hit you, and they just kind of hold it in front of themselves. But aside from that, they're no issue. In fact, you know what? Do I want to kill them? Oh, this one's standing up, so he's dead. I'm sorry, man. I see an enemy in this game, and no matter how docile they may look, I know they attack you eventually. If you ever see an enemy that appears docile, but you suspect it's about to attack you anyway, you attack them. That's how you do it. Unless his name is Zvare, and he's waiting for you outside Limgrave, because, like, he looks like an enemy, but if you attack him, he might, like, kick your face in. These guys, these giant guys that I have failed to point out until now, are slaves of some kind, probably working under that ass. Now, as unfortunate as it is to do, what I'd like to do here is attack them. Because if I attack them, the cart stops moving, and then I'm able to dodge or swing, jump up the cart, I said jump up the cart, open this chest, and obtain the Great Axe. There we go. You can only open the chest. I have no idea where you came from. When the cart isn't moving. Alright then. I guess I'll attack you. I could try to attack these guys on horseback. It usually doesn't go very well though, because they can stun you surprisingly quickly, and if they attack you enough times on horseback, while you're on horseback, you get knocked off of Torrent. And like, you're stunned on the ground for a good 10 minutes, so it's not really worth doing. Press left bumper while on horseback to attack on your left side. The controls for, like, attacking and your handedness of weapons kind of change a bit as soon as you jump on that horse. That there horse named Torrent. Oh, God. I might want to heal for this guy, especially now. Oh, no. That was close. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Damn, this guy's so annoying. I think I want to get Barbaric Roar out. That'll increase my damage. No. All right. Die. That did not... God, you're so fast. I think the idea is you're supposed to fight them on horseback, but I've tried, and it's not that worth doing. All right, I don't have to kill the horse this way. I'll just leave the horse with 1 health, as unfortunate as that is to do. There's loads of nobles and soldiers and stuff guarding the cart, so I might be in combat for a bit. Oh, but the rest of them have ignored me. They're just moving onwards. Someone sound a horn? This one guy staying behind, sounding the alarm, yet the other guys are completely ignoring him. Yep, they're just off. They're off to see the wizard. And you know what? Let's let them keep going. Hello, Skull. Okay, it is now nighttime. I like this. The day-night cycles in this game are really slow. It takes, I believe, a full hour to go from day to night and then back to day. So, like, day lasts 30 minutes and night lasts another 30 minutes. That's what I estimate based on, like, how long I timed it. There are some ruins in an area up that hill, but I want to scout ahead because I think there might be a site of grace coming up. I think there might be. There might be. There's a little lake here. Oh yeah, what I was going to say about the scarabs that dropped the Ash of War that I got. What was that? Determination. A knightly skill. Hold the flat of the armament up to your face and pledge your resolve, powering up your next attack. Alright, seems just like a worse version of Barbaric Roar, so no thanks. What the game will tell you about these scarabs is that they are surrounded by giant enemy crabs. No. What it'll actually tell you is that there are only 2 types. Death is one of them. Taken out by a crab. That certainly doesn't feel great. Yes, this is all it says. There are Crimson and Cerulean Teardrop Scarabs. Defeat them to replenish the flasks, but you cannot replenish more flasks than your maximum amount allows. It doesn't tell you about the other types of them that contain stuff like spells, Ashes of War, and other fun stuff. As a result, I ignored almost every single scarab that I found because I thought it was one of the 2 flask types, and I was like, I don't need that right now. And so I didn't know that you could get special spells from them and missed plenty of them for a long time. I'm just gonna ignore this guy. You know what? You know what? Because of how fast you move on Torrent, basically every enemy it's up to you if you want to fight any of the enemies you find. You could just run right past them and ignore them. Somber Smithing Stone. Oh man, cheer up. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure she didn't mean it. Tarnished Golden Sunflower is another type of material. We got more herba here. Herba is usually in like low, heavy foliage areas. Foliage? Is that? I don't know. You know, the word that means a collection of plants. All right, let's try to dodge the giant enemy crabs better this time, or perhaps even like turn on Barbaric Roar and get this thing killed much quicker. As you can see, the compass does tell you where your runes are, where your dropped runes are, which is this pile of sticks right here. Oh, come on, get over here. Come, hit the stupid thing. Hit it. There we go. What do you give me? Unsheath. Very cool. I assume I can't apply that to, like, most weapons. Oh yeah, for some reason, giant enemy crabs in this game are reskinned from Dark Souls 3, basically. But for some reason, they can hurt each other. Yes, he just killed his friend. I have no idea why this is. It might be a mistake, but I absolutely love it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Yes, yes, kill each other. I'm going to deal absolutely no damage in this entire fight. Let's just see. Yeah, come on. Beat each other up. Come on, do it. Do it. No, okay, fine. I'll join in. You're not as strong as the Dark Souls 3 ones. Wow. Oh, that's a grab attack. You want to avoid that when they're like standing like that and spitting. Okay, that's them dead. They just dropped crab eggs. Nothing special. Hi, you're also nothing special, just so you know. Great dragonfly head. That actually is special. The great dragonfly heads, that's a material for a pretty useful item that we'll be encountering later. But once we actually unlock the ability to craft it, which... Okay, I do remember where it is. Hi, I see you. After I pick up that sliver of meat, let's go and take it over to the Site of Grace. I also like to call these Sites of Grapes. I got 2,000 runes, and I think I can do something with them. So how about we rest and do something with them? And we can talk to Melina while we're at it.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Erd Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost.
Damn, I'm still maidenless after all. That's all she says here, so... Yes, please? Alright, no need to get all creepy about it. It occurs to me that I never really went over what these stats do, or these attributes do, I mean. So I can cover them briefly here. I've already said, Vigor is maximum HP, you want to increase this. Mind is maximum FP. Endurance is maximum stamina, and also maximum equip load. I think I might want to raise that a little bit. That's all I can do, so I may as well level that up. Then we have Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane. These are all attack-based stats. They not only decide what weapons you can use, but how effectively you use them. Arcane has the extra bonus of increasing item discovery, which causes enemies to drop items more often. Only by a little bit. Strength is for the big heavy-hitting melee weapons. Dexterity is for advanced weapons, not really sure what that means. Intelligence is for sorceries or any other magical thing. And Faith is for incantations or any other magical thing. Arcane... I don't know. I've heard that it, like, tends to go along with bleed. So, it's for blood. I don't know. It's there, too. Okay. Where would I like to go here? I think I would like to go out to that lake pretty soon. There's also the ruins up top over there, which I just spoiled that they are ruins, but, I mean, there's a giant freaking ruin shielding them from you, so I guess it's not a complete, spoiler. Hello. We got a bunch of soldiers over here at a little battle with a new enemy type. Those guys are demi-humans. They are absolutely pathetic and weak and will cause you no harm. In fact, I'd be pretty surprised if you died to one. I'm kidding. They have their moments, but for the most part, their damage is like dwarfed that of everyone else. As they are literally dwarfed of everyone else. Dwarfed compared to everyone else, I mean. Hello. Man with funny hat. This reminded me of Curious George and the man with the yellow hat. That was his entire name in the entire show. He had a name in the movie. I think it was like Eugene or something. I don't know.
You must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a Gill Lake fledgling. A dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad, or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake. Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late. Don't.
But you know how we are. When you're told not to do something, it really just makes you want to do it. So I'm gonna have that guy sit there and watch me as I go right into the lake. Or maybe not into the lake just yet, but I will go this way first. Hello, bats. I thought you were nocturnal, but turns out only 3 of you are. The 3 that spawn by Grapefront Ruins are the only nocturnal bats in this entire game, because here they are in full broad daylight. It's so weird to me that nighttime doesn't really do anything in this game. There are other exclusive enemies that come out at night, like the spooky-looking guy on the horse from last time, which I didn't bring any attention to, but he existed. They only come out at night. But aside from that, there's not a whole lot that nighttime does. So I guess that's why it resets to morning every time you die, because then, like, you won't encounter the spooky night guy on the horse. I don't know. Literally spooky night guy, because he's, you know, a knight of the Ow! You bit me in the face, and I didn't like it. And then you bit me in the face 2 more times. And I still didn't like it, either of those 2 times. No matter how many times you bite me, it's not going to convince me that it's good for my health. And there we go, I just have all 3 flasks back, so nothing to worry about anymore. Hello, ruins. I'd like to check these out a little bit. I'd also like to search around here first, because not only is there just a lot of stuff to see, this whole place isn't surprisingly open. Like, the map scale, like, this place looks really small on the map, but we're in here. No, it's really, really big. So the map scale is much bigger than it would seem. How about this gravestone? Hello? Okay, it's one of you. Let's use a sword, because I'm tired of... Okay, the sword's way better. Got it. Well, I guess I may as well show Storm Stomp. That is a puny radius. How am I going to get any use out of that? Genuine question. What can I actually use that for? I think as much as there are some skills in this game that are really, really good at some things, there are plenty that have, like, next to no use. So, which is why I'm, like, doubly not that interested in messing around with a ton of them, because I might just find a ton of them that suck, and I'm just gonna think, like, why would I use any of these? And then I'll end up overlooking the ones that are actually good. Which is probably why most people look up guides for that kind of stuff, but honestly, I couldn't care less about the weapons in these games. I just want to explore the worlds and fight the bosses and stuff. That's what I'm here for, and, you know, that content is all really, really friggin' good. Ah! That was my head. Okay, seriously, I'm missing something. Hey, it dropped a golden rune too. I think that was new. I know, because I skipped over the window that shows it whenever you pick up a new item. We look down, we can see that there is a beach down there. It is much too high a drop for us right now, but maybe we can find some way down there eventually. In the meantime, yes, here it is. I must have gone right past it. There's a site of grace here, and I wanted to get this just so I would have a closer respawn here in case anything goes wrong. After all, if there's a dragon roosting by this lake, then yeah, something might go wrong. Can I climb this? I think so. I think you can. Oh, camera. Excuse me. I think you can. No? Alright then. Alright then. I guess Torrent isn't Link. That makes sense. There's another Caden guy over there. Caden Knight. I believe that's how you pronounce them. Alright, let's check this place out. These are the Dragon Burnt Ruins. Well, gee, doesn't that just make me feel comfortable? Can ride Torrent through them, but I think we might want to... Oh, hello. Oh, God. New enemy type. Dogs. They are reskinned dogs from Dark Souls 3, and if you watch my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, you know I was not a big fan of them. I think I've liked them more since, because I've come to understand them a little bit better. But yeah, still not my favorite enemies in the world, so I will take care of them quickly. Hello, guys. Hello, guys and gals. It's me, Mutahar. Agil, oh, Agil. Well, that is the name of this lake. I guess they're, like, worshipping a divine being within it or something. Ow, okay, wait a minute. I wanted to let y'all listen to them. Oh no, the dogs are gonna kill me. Or is he? Or is he? Oh, this dog has a lot of health. Oh my God, he's big. Okay, get over this wall, get over this wall, get over this wall. Dogs, constantly jumps at you as they attack. Can't climb over this wall. Got it. All right. Storm Stomp. Hey, that did something. That staggered them a lot. I guess that's the real use of storms. Stop targeting those guys. Those guys are literally like, they may as well not exist. That's how they are as enemies. Why are you locking onto them and not the dog? This guy is a little bit worse, but I can just stun him and get that torch out of our way. So yeah, these guys are going like, Agil, oh Agil, which is a really nice touch. I like that. Oh, and apparently my main character hated it. Could not stand it. My main character, what I guess I am saying, like, the protagonist I'm playing as. Hello, Trina's Lily. I want to read about that, because I think Trina's like a person in the lore, right? A symbol of faith in Saint Trina. Dulls the senses, preventing agitation. Pretty cool. Found near minor Erd trees. Well, if that's the major Erd tree, then I guess one of those golden trees must be the minor Erd tree. Also love how we're seeing the moon in full daylight. That's cool. Games need to do that more. Show off the moon in daylight. The moon doesn't only appear at night, and it also doesn't rise and set opposite of the sun. So, just in case you didn't know that, game developers, I'm perfectly okay with that, though, the moon's rising and setting in games, because it's an indicator for how much time has passed in the night. Hi, Rat. A From Software favorite. They cannot go one single game without including giant diseased rats. Stone Sword Key. Were there any in Sekiro? I wonder. Stone Sword Key, if you remember, these are used to open the special fog doors guarded with those little imp guys. The little imp statues. Used to break one imp statue seal, but remains embedded in the statue after use, meaning it can only be used once as an item. Think well before using one. I'm pretty sure there are enough Stone Sword Keys in the game to open up every single Stone Sword lock. In fact, there might be more than enough to ensure that you find enough of them. Right, so down here, I think I'm gonna go all barbaric on these guys. Maybe I should heal. I think I'll heal right now. The rats don't have too many dangerous attacks, though I think they can leap at you. So watch out for that. Yeah, like that. And then, boop, boop, boop. Gonna disengage lock on to have better control, though you do have to like practice with moving the camera at the same time as fighting, and that could be weird. There we go. Watch your stamina bar. You will use stamina as you attack and as you dodge, and if you don't have any and you go to attack, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna do anything. Oh my god. Though your stamina is much more generous than it is in, say, Dark Souls 1, where you don't have nearly as much. We got a single flask back for that. I think we may have also gotten a cerulean flask, but I guess let's drink that, because I am missing some FP. Alright, what we got in this chest? Oh god, Silent Hill! Or, like, the smell of sulfur and urine or something. That was so bad that we passed out, got kidnapped, and are now here. In the Celia Crystal Tunnel. Ah, here's the real chest. They've been hiding from us the whole time. You can avoid transporter traps like that if you open the chest and you see fog, you can dodge out of the way just in time to avoid it. But it is a little bit hard to do. Gravity Stone Fan. We'll see if I'm a fan of this later on. And Gravity Stone Chunks. I do like them chunky. Uses FP to emit gravitational shockwave. The desperate ones who scavenge for these shards dubs themselves Star Callers. Alright, interesting. I'm actually kind of interested to see what that looks like, because I'm not going to use them that much. Alright, I'm assuming that does 2 damage, or like 10. So, where exactly is this place, the Celia Crystal Tunnel? Let's check on the map. Quite a bit further away. And something I have yet to mention, if you are in a mini dungeon like this, fast traveling is not allowed. You have been trapped. You cannot travel to sites of grace until you rest at one. Transporter traps will also trap you. You cannot fast travel until you find a site of grace and rest at it. And the funny thing about this place is that the enemies that are here are a bit powerful for us. These guys, oh my god, these guys barely Yep, that demonstrates it better than I ever could have expected. But you see that guy there? That guy is even harder. But you're more trapped than you think because you actually respawn here. So you need to find the way out. You're not leaving until you find the way out here. This guy was definitely killable, but he did a lot of damage, so I think I'm just gonna ignore him. That guy right there, which YouTuber John Wolf dubbed as Centipriest, and I refuse to call him anything else ever. It is the best name ever for those guys. If they spot you, they're not gonna let you leave here easy. Unlike these guys, who are mining, actively mining, and even if I take the cracked crystal from underneath their foot, they do not give a flying crap about my existence. So why don't I sneak on down out of here? This is the third type of mini dungeon, a tunnel. There's one of these in Limgrave, and we're going to go explore it eventually. There's actually a couple of these in Limgrave. Oh god. But thankfully the ones in Limgrave don't have those guys. Ow. That was one of the center priests seeing me. They have that ranged attack. You can dodge it if you can see them charging it up, but if you can't, then it's kind of hard. Alright. I know the way out. We go Okay, that guy actually saw me. You go this way. This place looked kind of promising. You could always go deeper in. Don't. That's a bad idea. Yeah, okay. Stuff comes flying at you, and then you still get hit by it, but not as much. Alright, cool. Might as well activate this before I forget to later. Are you something special? No, I can't break the walls. This isn't Minecraft. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, this totally would have caused fall damage in past Souls games, but this one, no. It's a perfectly safe drop. Hello, item, and hello, Site of Grace. We are safe. All you gotta do is just walk down that hill, and you're safe. Rot grease. What the hell is that? Solidified grease made from a mixture of rotten materials. Coats armament, inflicting scarlet rot. The effect lasts only for a short time. Scarlet rot is a status effect that we will cover at a later time. For now, let's light this, just to make sure that we never have to go through that again. And now, my curiosity is way too high right now. I want to know where we are. Toto, I'm afraid we're not in Kansas anymore. We're in Zen from Black Mesa? That's my best guess. We're in Interloper. We're nearing the end of the game already. Do you see that? Do you see that giant moving thing? How about we just go right back in and rest at the Grace so we could be free? Oh god, something sees me. I'm leaving. It's actually... Okay, yeah, it was just the big thing, but it moves really slowly, so it's actually no threat. But it's fine. We gotta rest at this Grace so that we can free ourselves and go back home. Alright, there we go. Now we... Oh, hold on. Okay. So we should be no longer trapped, but cannot travel to Site of Grace from this location, but we do need to step outside of the tunnel in order to fast travel. There's this rule where you cannot fast travel while inside a mini dungeon unless the boss has been defeated. Alright, back to Aguila Lake South we go. Isn't that so neat? I love that you can stumble upon those ruins, go to its basement, and then be greeted with a trap that takes you to a completely different part of the world. Not only is it just a cool little tease of what's to come, but it's a really scary experience, just being trapped there and having to find your way out with all these powerful enemies. It's so cool. This game is really, really cool exploration. Oh, okay, fine, we'll fight. And you know what? We'll do it on horseback this time, so that I can, you know, get the feel for fighting on horseback, which I might need to for some things later. Oh, hello, okay. Your horse tried to attack, didn't do it very well. This is actually working out really well. You want to try and, ow, sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy by rotating around him all the time, but this is just how you do things. Let's just try to dash away, keep away from him as much as you can. There's a freaking noble sorcerer in this group of wandering nobles. Yep, oh god. Noble sorcerers are perhaps the only wandering nobles that can possess any actual threat, aside from the torch guys. What is there to alarm? Dude, they're already all see me and are already all fighting me. Why did you feel the need to do that? There's no reason to. Okay, I just jumped past the torch, we're fine. Sometimes that torch still hits you on the way down. Right, looks like we have an enemy camp over there. I think I'll just get back on Torrent, we'll go over here. And my runes are living in the year 2026. If you ever want to check how many runes you need for the next level up, you can scroll over to status here and see that. Runes needed 775, so I should probably find a Site of Grace to rest at pretty soon. Or rest at one. I know where to find them because they're literally marked on my map. Golden Rune 3. So, no, I am not picking up 3 Golden Runes. That's Golden Rune level 3. That gives more than Golden Runes level 1 or 2. It's a bit weird, but once you get past that, it's easy to follow. There's a bunch of wolves here. They tend to be around these piles of gravestones, or these collections of gravestones, my bad. I'm not sure why. There's no real reason to kill them, so instead I'll go pick this fruit, and then we'll check these out while we're here. The Waypoint Ruins. And these guys, these plants, are, yes, indeed, your enemies. As pretty as they look, they are annoying as all hell, and I'm gonna kill them. I believe they are weak to fire damage since they are plants. And, if you let them attack, they can spit out poison gas, which will poison you over time. Way stats effects work in this game, if I may show, is you've probably already seen it. Yeah, that meter fills up. I'm not poisoned quite yet, but if that meter fills all the way up, then I will be poisoned. Poison slowly drains your health and lasts 3 minutes. Oh god, they have a parent. That is a, I believe, Miranda Bloom? Like a big Miranda Bloom is what it's called. It's got a bunch of different attacks. It can summon the freaking radiance from the sky on top of you, or it can breathe out so much poison that it is the most annoying thing in the world. Oh, yep, it's about to do that right now. Oh god, gotta get away, get away. This attack is by far their worst because they just breathe out poison and they never stop and they never stop and they just never... They do it for like 20, 30 seconds. Hi, I see you. What I think I might rather do is just get the items around it and then run away. I don't have the cure for poison, which you would need. All right, you're doing an attack spell. I'm going to use this chance. Grab that. Immunizing cured meat. All right, I think that increases poison resistance, which, you know, is pretty fitting. Can I not summon Torrent on this? Damn it. Oh, no, it's doing another big poison breath. All right, I want to ride Torrent because with his extra height abilities, I should be able to find a way up to that item there. It's a purple item, and purple items are cool. There's the cellar of this ruins right there. We'll check that out in a bit. Please let me climb on you. Yes, climb on you. Might want to get off Torrent, actually. So we can climb up the rest of the way, and before we get too poisoned, it's 4 Trina's lilies, you've got to be kidding me. And there we go, I'm poisoned. 4 Trina's lilies? Are you for real? I'll be right back. You can get rid of status effects by resting at a site of grace. With the amount of health that I have right now, you know what? It's easier if I just do this. You can fast travel to site of grace, and it'll automatically restore all your stuff. With that amount of maximum health, poison is pretty dangerous. It can totally kill you. Like, I don't know if I had enough healing flasks to survive, so it was necessary that I went to go do that, because once we make it back over there, find our way back to the cellar, wherever that is. Oh, it's not there. As you can see, there is a boss in this cellar. As long as you walk out of the range, you're safe from all of those. They just land and they don't hurt. Some cellars do have boss fights, so the treasure isn't completely free. You gotta prove yourself in battle. And I think I will with the help of my club and my barbaric roar. That makes me so confident that I hit harder. This guy's a mad pumpkin head. This is another regular enemy that they made into a boss in this encounter. The game does tend to do this a lot, especially with overworld bosses, where it's just like, hey, here's a regular enemy, but it has a boss health bar. Isn't it cool? But I guess since it is our first time in fighting it does fit as one. But yes, we will be seeing them as regular enemies later on. They do have that pumpkin head that not only has a lot of defense if you hit it, rather than the rest of their body, but they can slam down on your head. They also got lots of crazy combos, so you want to not get hit by them like I am. And you want to do better than me. Oh, wow. As you can see, this guy's also big. He will not stagger to weapons very easily, I'm afraid. Get behind him, I think, for the best results. Wow, I wonder if it's best to unlock the camera. Ooh, okay. Oh! Crap. There's no site of grace near here. Oh, there's a Stake America, though. Never mind, we're fine. Puts us kind of far away, but it's okay. Did I activate this one? Yes, I did. I actually kind of take back what I said in the previous video about lighting all of those. I don't know if it's the best idea to light those. If you're interested in being summoned for co-op in a certain area that you really like, or if there's like certain areas where you're just like, this is boring, I don't want to be summoned here for combat, don't activate the thing in there then. That's the exception to activating all of them that you see. As you can see, in this room, there is a rebirth monument. There's the glowing monument on the side of the screen. That indicates I can indeed summon if I do wish. I can summon those wolves. I'm personally okay with tackling this guy solo, as this guy's not that hard. Then again, I'm sucking really bad. What if I use a sword instead? Oh my god. Please, me, be better at this game. Alright, this is going beautifully. That does nothing to him. Alright, Storm Stomp does nothing against him. Except for a little bit of damage. Like, okay. There we go. Jump attacks, do them. Do jump attacks. They are really, really good, especially for the... Oh my god. Wow, I am not used to critical hits being that strong. I come from the future, where critical hits do next to nothing later in the game. Alright, a Site of Grace has appeared in here, and the reason why that is because in the next room is something quite unique indeed. A person. A friendly person is quite unique out here in the Lands Between, where almost everyone wants to kill us.
Tarnished, are we? No wonder you should turn up here. I am Selen, a sorcerer, quite plainly. Why are you here?
I look extremely bloody and terrifying, so I wonder how you're able to address me so calmly. I mean, I guess I want to learn sorcery. It'll give that top slot in my set of 4 squares over there an actual use.
A yen for glintstone sorceries. I dare say your proclivities are far from ideal. Oh well, perhaps nurture will defy nature, with a bit of luck. But one must choose one's masters wisely. I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria as a reviled, apostate witch. Do you still wish to learn from me?
Yeah.
Well, you are a piece of work. Very well. You are now my protege in glintstone sorcery. But I refuse to coddle or cast kind words. Never. Anticipate grievances, young apprentice.
Nod in thought is the gesture we got from that. Let's study some sorcery. We don't have any way of actually casting these, but we can add it to our arsenal and then use it once we do. Glintstone Pebble is a very basic projectile. The sorcery can be cast repeatedly and while in motion. This is a universal first step on the journey to true knowledge of sorcery. Unlike the soul arrows from previous games, this one's actually pretty darn damaging, so of course I'm gonna get that. I don't know if I have a bunch of souls for anything else. Glintstone Arc is a good other one. There's also Crystal Barrage. But as you can see, most of these are out of my league in terms of intelligence. I'm not like... I'm close to being able to use these, but this is the only one on this screen I can use. So how about Glintstone Arc? Granted to sorcerers depart from the academy to embark on journeys and fend off large groups of would-be adversaries. Fools often roam in packs. Oh, now I no longer have enough runes to level up. Well, I didn't really think about that, did I? Let's leave. Nod in thought. Do you have anything else to say?
Apprentice. First things first. You are a tadpole when it comes to magic. Infantile. Without the legs to walk. So, to become a sorcerer, first, you must face your ignorance. Now, shall we start learning?
I already did learn a little bit. I like how those candles behind her have certain ones lit to be symmetrical. Actually, wait. I don't think they are. Yeah, that one has the furthest one lit, and this one does. Damn it. It was almost perfect. And then it wasn't. Getting those spells adds new meaning to this memorized spell screen. We can indeed memorize a spell and put it here. Again, we have no way of actually casting this, but we can do it eventually once we do. So I may as well put it there and leave it there for when we find one. In addition, I'm going to pass the time until nighttime because nighttime rarely gets a chance to show off in this game, and it feels really cool to be in, so there we go. Right. Where to next? There is more to see down this way. There's even a guidance of grace taking you down that way to another landmass that you can see right here on the map. But I think I'd like to go up this way first. Actually, before that, I think I do want to explore more of the lake. As you can see, there's something interesting right there that we can go check out. And, you know, it is a little bit weird that these ruins turned out to be a dud. I get the feeling there's something a little more there. I didn't exactly go everywhere, so we will head our way back there. Oh god, the flower spit poison at me, and now the game is like, no god, help, you're in combat, it's scary, we're gonna play the scary music. Never mind, you're not, because they were flowers, and the flowers can't move that well. Back to Lake Agil we go. Hello, turtle. You can kill those guys for materials. I'm not doing that. There's no way in hell. No way in whatever that one region was we got teleported into, am I killing those turtles. We can summon here, interestingly. Summon a spirit ash. No reason for me to do that right now. Oh god, the dogs are back. Ah god, because I got teleported away, and I rested at a site of grace. They're all back. I rested at many sites of grace, actually. Crab eggs. Amazing loot. Exactly what I wanted. Now, that rat is back. We can see right here, there is this place, which is surrounded on all sides by walls, and it has a cellar in it, which is indeed separate from the cellar we entered before. Using the power of our spectral haunts, or Actually, can I? No, you need Torrent for this. If you don't have Torrent and you come down here, you can't come in here and check out what the cellar is. So, let's go down and see what's inside. The Twin Blade, we are reunited once more. This right here, this is my Irithyll Straightsword equivalent of this game. I have used this weapon basically non-stop in my main save file because it is so much fun. Not just because it's a brand new type of weapon to Elden Ring, the Twin Blade class. Unfortunately, I need 18 dexterity to use it. Believe me, I'm gonna start upgrading that on my next level up, and when we get to 18, I am gonna have so much fun with this thing. Only takes 10 strength though, and thankfully I have that. So this is an example of one of those, advanced weapons. But, oh my god, yeah. I am so excited to use this. In fact, why don't I go get the amount of souls I need for leveling up and get to work on that immediately. This weapon is difficult to wield and demands high dexterity. Starts with Spinning Slash, which is not its best skill, in my opinion. There's a certain skill I find later on that I actually give to it, and it makes it even better. So, you know, I think the best way is to get some souls is to come over here and kill you guys. Sorry, runes. I'm not gonna remember ever to keep calling them runes. I see a dog sees me, and there's the dog. Oh god, there's the dog. Kill to death. All right, boom. Boom. All right. Dog is dead. I do have enough souls to level up, but instead of going back to one of the sites of grace I know, how about I go to an all-new one? Such as out here in the middle of the lake. Oh, wait a minute. This camp looks kind of dangerous. Alright, goodbye! I was never here, don't worry about it. There's nobody here. Yeah, you don't need to worry about a thing. I just want to go over here. I'm going to leave you alone. I wasn't going to take any of your treasure. It's all yours. I'm acting all panicky and scared, but look at how much progress it's made to chasing me. So, yeah, that's not... it's not actually that dangerous. You can avoid the dragon pretty easily. We could fight it, but I'm afraid that our current stats and equipment is not exactly prepared for a beast like that. So why don't we jump in here into the Limgrave Tunnels, safe from it, and hope that it didn't see where we went. Let's make ourselves even safer by going down this elevator. Or, actually, yes, as you can see, the elevator is not always the best choice, as there is a ledge to drop down. And I think there might be loot here. Let's pull out the torch so we can see better. These are the Limgrave Tunnels. Thus, they are tunnels. Thus, they are a type of mini-dungeon. So, you know, you pretty much know what to expect. A few rooms with enemies that ultimately ends in a boss fight that gives us a reward for beating it. There are lots of these throughout the game, and not everyone is a fan of them. And I can't say I blame them, because, you know, they are a little bit repetitive. They reuse assets a lot. In fact, that opening area with those ledges that, drop you down to the bottom area, or you can choose to take the elevator instead. That exact freaking room is used for basically every single tunnel entrance in the entire game. So there is a certain level of monotony some people experience playing through these, and it's not everyone's favorite thing. Unfortunately, sorry to those people, I am going to be playing through all of them because I want to, because it's cool. I finally remembered to put on the gauntlets. But don't worry, I am thinking of you. Every one of these videos is going to have chapters. If they aren't visible on the taskbar, they're down in the description. They got timestamps for all the different sections of the video. And the way these are going to work is they're going to have their own dedicated chapter, but the next chapter is going to begin right as I beat the boss, so that you can see the item, the main reward we got out of it, but you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. In any case, though, this is our first tunnel, so I would recommend watching me do this at least so you get an idea of what tunnels are like. They're full of these guys, these miners. These guys have a really, really, really thick skin. They can take criticism better than anyone, and they also don't really stagger that well. If you use a weapon that doesn't have very good, like, I think, yes, the club deals strike damage, and strike damage is effective against guys made of stone. If I use the sword instead, not only does it deal way less damage, but I think if I use it one-handed, yeah, I actually, like, recoil a bit. Oh my god, and that puts me in a dangerous spot. You can see, like, the weapon bounces off, and I'm kind of stunned in place for a bit. How if I use the club one-handed? Oh, even if I use the club one-handed, it's still that way, but if I use it two-handed, I have a little bit more control. These guys are mining away at the walls, and the walls areas that they're mining at have smithing stones. So if you're looking for some upgrades, which I might want to dabble in a little bit, then these are good places to come. Almost every tunnel has loads of smithing stones to get. If not that, you can get cracked crystals. I'm not sure what cracked crystals do, but I could always find out. I could scroll through a list of recipes later on. Alright, unfortunate thing about these places, you can't summon torrent while inside of them. No horsing around in the halls. Okay, that's an elevator, obviously. If I remember correctly, there is like a split area in this one. There's like two ways you can go. There's two routes you can go, and only one of them is where you need to go to get to the boss. Which, you know, the bosses in these places are always optional. You don't have to beat the boss, but of course I'm gonna try to beat the boss. It's a whole freaking dungeon that ends in a boss. Of course I want to try to kill them. But yes, you are in no way, like, required or forced to beat the boss. If you just want to come in here, kill some enemies, grab some smithing stones, move on with your life, then that's perfectly okay. So as you can tell by the icon under the status bar there, with the Site of Grace icon and an X, you cannot fast travel while inside of these. If you want to fast travel, you have to leave the dungeon. In addition, killing a group of enemies does not replenish your flasks. That's something that only happens in the open world and various other areas. It sounds like I'm being vague with that. That's because I am. Hello, elevator. Let's go on down. You know what? Why don't I switch this out for the only other armor I have at this point, the Caden armor. It's actually the exact same weight, so I'm losing nothing by doing this. Does it mesh well? Get it mesh well with the leggings? Not really, but it looks fine enough, and besides, I look really cool, so... Elden Ring is kind of slow at giving you armor in the early game. Eventually, we will be getting a lot more outfits to choose from, but yeah, it is a bit slow in that regard. Let's see. We got a dog. Dog, kill you, kill you. Yeah, that's more like what they looked like in Dark Souls 3. Those shaggy dogs were a bit unique. Large glintstone scrap. Oh, hold on. I heard another dog coming. I think there's a third one as well. There we go, got a jump attack, and then you afterwards. Oh god, no! I'm sorry, were they yours? I know, that must be really hard to go through. Boom! Alright. Pickaxe! Wow, we can Minecraft this crap. Some of these guys are like standing out and are actually aware of you and will try to come kill you, and some of them are this guy, who just doesn't give a single crap. Let's see. Ah, yes, there's a secret compartment here with a smithing stone. Just a smithing stone level 1, but a smithing stone nonetheless. How many of those do I have now? Quite a bit. As you can see, our inventories are filling up with all kinds of items. Break gem using FP to produce a magic bolt. Poor quality and thereby easily broken, a sorcerer wouldn't give it a second look. Alright, that's okay. What I don't get is why it uses FP, so not only does it cost the actual item itself, but it costs FP to use it. Yeah, I think it's items like those that cost cracked crystals to make. Alright, nothing special over there. The reason why I'm hitting those walls, there are some walls that are fake. I don't know where all of them are in this game, but I know where some of them are. Okay, so the thing about this dungeon is we seem to have explored all of it, yet we haven't found a boss. And that's because we gotta look a little bit more carefully. I didn't look in the right direction, but I didn't realize it at the time, but while we were going down the area, I was actually distracting you all from the real answer to why isn't there a boss. It's because there's a secret route here that you have to drop off the elevator while it's going down to access. And it takes you to more dungeon. Alright, this guy is actively fighting. There's actually another one like him. I'm going to use the attacks that hit them the most, and then still get hit because I didn't expect them to actually survive. Item here, it's a glintstone scrap, basically a smaller version of that, right? Yeah, it's a smaller version of that. Many magic bolts, one magic bolt. Hang on. The detailed description says a magic bolt, but it's actually many magic bolts. Well, I guess bigger isn't always better after all. Sometimes the smarter one still makes mistakes. Oh, we have 3 guys here. These guys have backpacks, and they can grab rocks out of it to throw at you, which explode. Basically like MP5 grenades in Half-Life. Boom. Whoa. Hey there. Hey there, you got just... I need... Really? Really? Look at his health bar. Look at it. Now I have to drink my last flask. Really annoying. Stop. How about you stop doing that? Thanks. I swear that happens all the time where enemies just barely survive the last hit and they just don't die. When, you know, I think the way I would design it if I were at From Software is if the enemy dropped that low on health, I just finish them off for you. I just say like, yeah, the health bar is basically empty. They're dead, all right? But that's just me. I know that, you know, they've got a different philosophy. You know what I would really like to see? Yeah, this is like the same, basically the same layout as the entrance to this dungeon. Nice job. Yeah, that's it. Death. And now my runes are probably going to be down there, so I have to make that jump a little bit better. Stake of America? Is that going to send me down there on that floor that I haven't seen yet? Where? Is this the first elevator? Let's go here and see. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's the first elevator. All right. So, no, it's not going to take me down there. In fact, it's going to... It's taking me to a pretty good spot. I gotta say, that was a good Stake America placement. Oh, you freaking guys not staggering to a single hit. It's my own fault. Maybe I should actually focus on surviving. And then maybe I should yell a little bit. That'll scare them. It'll scare them so badly, I now kill them in 2 hits. Look at that. Explosive stone. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't even need to read the description of that one. I'm sure you can understand what that does just from its description. Explosive stone clump, because there's such a huge difference. All right, there's nothing on the way down. Let's, wait, actually, no, is there? There was an item, but was it further down? And I'm gonna try this again. We're gonna try to make this jump this time. I may have lost my train of thought, unfortunately. Oh yeah, no, you know what I wanna see? Today, I watched that really cool Half-Life documentary for the game's 25th anniversary, and I thought it was so neat learning about how the game is made. I really, really want From Software to be that open and vocal about the process behind their games, because there's so much interesting stuff to talk about with this. Like, there's lots of interesting stuff that goes into the makings of this game, but instead we have to rely on a bunch of data miners finding information that the developers never intended to, or wanted anyone to see for that kind of stuff. And I think that's just a shame, man. Like, I get it. From Software wants to be all cool and obscure and crap like that, but when Demon's Souls turns 25 years old, I don't think the game's gonna be that, like, obscure with its mechanics anymore. And especially when Dark Souls turns 25 years old. I think at that point they should just say, yeah, okay, here's some intel on how the development went. Like, I know there was some intel. Like, I think Hidetaka Miyazaki, these games' directors, came out and said a couple of fun facts. But I unfortunately don't have time to elaborate on that because, as you can see, we got a pretty big man behind this pretty big door. Which, as it happens, is the definition of boss fight. This is the Stone Digger Troll. We have yet to see one of these, well, sort of yet to see one of these enemies in the open world. We only saw the ones that were being enslaved to pull that cart. But this guy's a little bit different. He's covered in stone and he does a big screw you attack. Very cool. He also sweeps you away. And then he stomps. And what I would recommend is use something with strike damage like this freaking club, or use the pickaxe, either way. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Guy's a bit dangerous, isn't he? Might want to focus on this. These guys aren't my favorite things to fight, and the game really, really, really likes them for a reason that I don't fully understand. These guys are pretty common out in the open world, and I kind of don't like that. But we have yet to fight one of them, so I'll save my impatience for later. That went real well, didn't it? Didn't it, guys? Here's the tip with elevators. If you expect to be dying a lot to something that's on the other end of one, you can step on it to make it go back up, and then step off of it. Then it will go back up, and it'll be waiting there if you die and respawn. Because the elevators don't reset positions if you die, for whatever reason. Alright, attempt 2. Let's actually focus this time. I couldn't have done anything about that. So annoying. Those stomps come out so fast. Hate it. What the hell? Ugh. Oh, I was doing it multiple times. That's why it wasn't as big. Are you seriously still doing it? Oh my god. Are you you seriously had that after all this? Oh my god. I should have known. I should have done better. Jump attacks are kind of dangerous against these guys because they're really fast stomps. You know what I should be using? This. Ooh. Oh god, oh no. He's doing the jamboree attack again. And then the shockwave. So annoying. Why is that shockwave there? It's... Damn it! Oh my god, I killed him! I actually killed him while dying! And I got the... I have never done that before! I think he's actually dead, genuinely, even though I died too. Cause I got the item and it said enemy felled. That usually means that they actually died. Bit anticlimactic, but hey, this is just a mini dungeon. It's okay. Yep, no yellow fog. We both killed each other. But unlike him, I'm able to respawn. Like, give me those souls. Where are my souls? Here they are. I have to say, one of the biggest letdowns of this game, there's no more, like, runes retrieved message. Kinda disappointing. Ah yes, now that we've beaten the boss, we can fast travel to Sites of Grace from within here all we want. I've got a lot of runes, let's spend them. I think I'm happy with these as they are right now. So let's start working on dexterity. I'm gonna bump it up... Oh man, should I... Yeah, let's bump it up 4 points. And then to make up for it, I can bump 1 in vigor, because even though I've put 3 points into it so far, I still feel like I have next to no health. So let's work on that. We're almost up to 500, so that'll be very good. That's all I can do right now. Now, leveling up costs 10,000 runes. And it's only gonna keep going up and up from there. Like the in-store Target brand. Alright, now that we have seen the true state of the Geel Lake, that is that there is indeed a dragon there. It's not that threatening, but there's a dragon there. I would tend to avoid places where there are dragons. I think I'll come back and explore more of this place in a future video. For now, I'd like to head up the road, the opposite way instead. Instead of down. Down south. Someone's seeing me, apparently. Very cool. Interesting, guys. Right, I believe, yes, this is the fork in the road, and we're gonna take it up this way instead, to this area of Limgrave, where we don't have the map for yet. Hi, guys. I believe these enemies are foot soldiers. I didn't properly introduce them back there, so now you are properly acquainted with them. I don't like fighting enemies like this on horseback, so I'm just gonna get off. Not in that way, thankfully. Oh, of course. You're joined by a freaking Canaanite. Why are Canaanites everywhere in Limgrave? I swear, they're so common here. Alright, boom, boom, and now we fight you! Holy shit! Elden Ring jump scare. Alright! Yep, great. Thanks, bud. Don't you fucking dare. Thanks. Thanks! I appreciate that's not where the horse is. No, I pressed the wrong button. I really want to get on torrent for this guy. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. You know what, let's just yell. Let's just yell at him. When in doubt, yell at the thing you're fighting. And you will do good. I think. No, you won't. You'll miss twice. Oh, God. Please, sir, please do not be a... That was a very nice heal I had there. Very, very cool. Oh. Just outside Waypoint Ruins, there's actually this ledge with 3-foot soldiers. You guys are no trouble compared to the freaking Canaanites, so I'm not at all worried about this. And maybe I should be. Let's slash you to death with a sword. And then gold pickled foul foot. I agree, feet are quite foul. Bolts. Boosts rune acquisition for a time. Since old times, the needy would scrape the meat clean, even from a fowl's claw. No idea what the fowl is. I guess they found a foul ball and took its feet? Is that what I'm getting out of that? Well, maybe. You know what? This isn't worth my time. I'm just gonna leave the Caden Knight to go, like, gallop so jovially over the hills. Actually, he might go past... No, he's not. Alright, never mind. I was considering it. I was considering going back to fight those guys. Oh, we can actually approach this from one of these angles, though I don't think we can drop down there from here. I think that will kill us. Ahai! You are a demi-human! Okay, hold on, get off. As you can see, that was not a whole lot of damage, though I think they could put the hurt on if you let them. All you gotta do is just not let them. They die in 2 hits, and they are really nothing to write home about. In fact, I'm gonna drink a flask, because I think they will refill it if I kill all of them. So, boop, boop. String. That's the exciting types of items that you can expect to find off of the demi-humans. Alright, nearby there's a really redundant Crimson Tear Scarab that I don't need. Thanks. I would like to find a way to upgrade my flasks soon. I don't know if any are in this direction, though. So, that might be some trouble later on. Hello, Shack. The way I said hello there reminds me of Cat Icarus and his character Spawns. Hello, I'm Spawns! What are you? You're a scarab that are completely gray and uninteresting. That's because you're a bomb. And then you give me a smithing stone for recompense. Is that how you pronounce that? Can you also pronounce it recompense? What you looking at? Oh, damn, I was actually vaguely trying to kill it. I don't know why. Because they're nice, they do nothing to you, so why? I don't know, I guess. No, I'm not gonna go there. Alright, there's a site of grace right outside this shack here. This shack is the artist's shack. Is it? It is, right? Yes. Alright, the artist's shack. As you can see, it has a very glowing, important looking painting inside. So let's interact with it. What do we got? Homing Instincts painting. Ooh, you know? That area looks kind of familiar. In fact, I'm pretty sure I was there earlier this video. These go into your info slots, and if you read them, you can get a slightly zoomed in view of it. You cannot zoom in any further than this, I'm sorry. This painter is said to have captured the landscape seen during the last moments of those welcomed into death's embrace. The soul of the painter and vestiges of the dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted, even now. Yeah, that little Rebel of Graves there. And with the nice blue skies that this place has, sort of. They're actually more like gray, and I think in broad daylight they're actually even gold, rather than blue, but still, it looks pretty similar to somewhere we were earlier. I might head my way back there in a bit. For now, I do want to come up here and show this pond, because there are bears here. There are bears in Elden Ring. And no, they are not as docile as the other animals. Oh god, yep, in fact, they're actually just full-blown enemies. They're not used that often, but in fact, there's a different type of bear that's used more often than these guys, I'm pretty sure, that I really don't like, but hold on, we'll wait until we get to that. I don't want to spoil too much of this game. Please, alright, sir, please. If you mind just standing still and taking it, instead of using your survival instincts to avoid being killed, I would really appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. All I had to do was get around to the side, and that's precisely what he did. Beast Blood. That is one word away from being Beast Blood Pellets, an item from Bloodborne. Elden Ring kind of carries a lot of elements from all the different Souls games, so if certain things remind you of a certain Souls game, that would be why. Alright, row of fruit. Elden Ring does bring in plenty of original content, though. It's more likely that they're just reusing concepts because they're like, hey, we can't make that many fun creative things. Alright, we got a forest here. We also have a church. Let's see the map real quick. Okay, now that we've explored a bit more of this area, the brown areas of the map are clearer so we can see where the path goes. And right there in the fog, you can see there's some kind of special figure. I want to mark that. Because that is something that is told to you about a new area, and it's in the middle of those woods. So I guess, what do you say we climb down this hill and enter from this way? We don't have to follow the paths, always. Ooh, that could be, okay. That was not fall damage. Yeah, you can fall that far and still not take damage. If you do take damage from a fall, that means you were actually really, really close to dying. You were off by like 4 meters. So, careful of that.
Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the True Order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor.
This guy sounds like an absolute nutcase, but hey, I don't judge books by their covers. Let's talk. Is anybody there? I don't know. Is anyone?
You've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the True Order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back from me.
Does this happen here all the time?
I see. You wish to know the reward? Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse.
Dude, I'm this close to clubbing you over the head.
Will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval.
What, some celebrations? That's my reward? Alright.
Now, allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished house were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Redan in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man.
Yeah, I read the monument about that.
Blouse. And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey. Last of the...
Yeah, Godfrey, you know.
You almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah. I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it.
What is there to summon for here?
What are you waiting for?
Alright, that's all he says. Let's move on then. So his fort is somewhere down south, which means it's somewhere down in that direction. But I hope you understand, that's not exactly my top priority at the moment. I'd rather come down here and take a look at all these demi-humans. More than just take a look at them, slaughter them. Slaughter all of them, because they're trying to kill me. I believe if you killed a certain squad of demi-humans leader, which is this guy, who is a big brute type with a lot more health. Please, let me kill you. Please, let me kill you, enemy in a video game. Do you? No, you don't. There is a little behavior of these guys, if you kill their leader, they start running away from you scared, but I guess that wasn't their leader. I don't know who their leader would be in this case. Maybe they have none, and these guys are just always confident that they can hold their own, but like, whenever they have a big boss, usually killing them will cause them to run away in fear. Oh god. It's these guys where you can get a special club rarely dropped. That was the entire enemy group. Really? There's still one guy left. Ooh, magic crease. Where you can get a special club that inflicts bleed. It's like very pointy. Oh, that guy came from the other group, I see. Magic grease is like rock grease, except it inflicts magic damage. So these greases are something you can add to your weapon to make that weapon do a certain type of damage for a little while. Like so. I can rub magic grease on this, and now it does magic damage, which I shall go over here and do, deal to these guys. I don't believe any of its original properties are kept, so it will just deal more damage in almost every case. Of course, that depends on whether the enemy is actually weak to magic, or like, resistant to it or not. Though I don't think you can go wrong. I don't think, like, doing magic damage, bonus magic damage against something, like, reduces damage in any case. Hey, you know how I said those giant trolls would be enemies? Well, here we are. Here's a giant troll as an enemy. I guess I will fight him. I'm not the biggest fan of fighting them, but I guess I will. Okay, you're about to do a new attack. Or you just slam the ground in front of you, have a little temper tantrum. Or maybe a big temper tantrum, because you know, you're literally the size of my, I don't know what I was going with that, so I think I'm just gonna stop there, because I don't think anything that would have followed with that up would have been good to say. He's about to... Okay. I guess it was delayed a little bit more than I was expecting. Good thing that reaches forward, so it can't possibly hit me from down here. I already did do that. I was thinking, like, wait, did I forget to Barbaric Roar? I have Barbaric Roared. Once you get him halfway down, he starts bringing in his sword, and it gets even more annoying than he already was. I think if you can manage to, like, jump attack him in the head, you get a critical hit opportunity. But there's so few attacks where he lowers his head, so it's really, really hard to do. Maybe I can get him to do it, though. Oh, this one, where he, like, starts to run over this way and then does yet another attack as he comes back in. It always just drags out the fight so long. First enemy type I'm not a very big fan of, I think. Ah, oh my god. Right here. Never mind, it didn't aim that well. Oh god. Please, sir, I'm on my last flask. Please, don't do this. This would absolutely suck. Please, no. No, he's jumping! Okay, good, good, good. Knew that was coming down. Oh god, he drags it right. No. Stop attacking, please. Boom. Finally. It just takes so long to kill. It's usually just a waste of time, in my opinion. Hey, at least he gave me a good chunk of souls, but later on, it's not going to be that worth it, in my opinion. That worth fighting them. This right here. This is the Third Church of America. Like the Grace, and as you can see, it has something quite special for us. Items do have a rarity in Elden Ring, and this one is of gold rarity, which is the highest. It is legendary. It is the Crimson Crystal tier and the Flask of Wondrous Physic that the note was talking about. This is a new addition and a new mechanic in Elden Ring. A Flask of Wondrous Physic bestows very special effects, harnesses the powers of the crystal tiers, which only form after the passage of many moons. So you gotta have a lot of moons walk past you in order to get a crystal tier. Various special effects are bestowed upon the drinker, dependent on the specific mixture of crystal tiers. Rest at a site of grace to replenish. Basins are placed at the feet of minor trees throughout the lands between in order to collect their crystallized tiers. The first crystal tier we've got is the Crimson Crystal tier. It can be mixed in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The resulting concoction restores half of one's maximum HP. In addition to that, we have this thing resting at the foot of the statue, a Sacred Tier. Let's read about that, which I believe is it's a bolstering material. Blessing of the Tree, worshipped in the churches of all lands. This is but a faint vestige. Increases the potency of a sacred flask restorative effects. Can be used after resting in a site of grace. During the age of the Tree, these tiers were used to spread the faith, for theirs was once a certain blessing. Well, we got a lot to do with sites of grace now, so let's rest. And I believe, yes, Melina does have something to say. We'll talk to her last. For now, let's increase amount replenished by flasks. As your maximum health goes up, the flasks will be doing less and less, so it is very good to find the sacred tiers and do this. There we go, that's all it took. Unfortunately, we haven't increased the count of flasks that we have, but now we can mix Wondrous Physic, and because we got nothing else, we might as well put this one in. You can put 2 crystal tiers in here. This is the only one we got, again, so there it goes. Now let's talk to Melina.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you.
Sure.
Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, Ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
That did absolutely nothing to guide me, but it was cool. I'm looking at our time here, and I think it's safe to say that's where I should wrap up this episode. Again, I'd like to keep them around 90 minutes, so I think this is a good way to end it. We got some stuff from around the immediate vicinity to explore, as well as that thing. It is now much clearer as we have explored more of this region. We have a weird little side quest to do for Kenneth Height over there. The Limgrave heir. Apparently the map agrees with his self-proclaimed status. I don't know if I will necessarily, but yeah. Next time on Elden Ring, we'll check out more around this part of Limgrave, head into the forest, maybe rescue this guy's fort, maybe. We'll see about that. And then I'm thinking I might want to start going up here, even if I don't quite go to Stormvale Castle quite yet. Quite. This game is quite. Alright, thank you all for watching if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.